Welcome to the Volunteer Times episode. This is one that a lot of our readers have been requesting. They've been wanting to find out more about health and fitness and how they can get into shape. So we've been really paying attention on social media to some people that have really done some dynamic things. And of course, we have here with us today, I'll make sure I get all my names right. We have Tiffany Atkins here on the end with us. And Tiffany has literally lost almost 100 pounds. Yay! Beside Tiffany, we have Julie Zupanzik, who is an owner and trainer at Absolute Fitness in Jacksboro. And we have Rebecca Blair, who's also one of the trainers at Absolute there. So we're just going to talk a little bit about, we'll probably just start down here on the end with Tiffany, because that's such a phenomenal story. Tiffany, can you tell us a little bit about, it's hard to just put it all into a few sentences, but what motivated you to do this? What was that turning point? And have you tried before and failed, or was this your first time trying to lose weight?
I just wanted to be healthy. Type 2 was a scare, and the only thing that I could think of was I don't want to be turning 30 and having to give myself insulin shots.
Right.
And I've tried everything. Tried Modere, Phentermine, It Works. I've tried just about anything. The only thing I could find that works is low carb and exercise.
Wow. So you just got up one morning and said, I'm just going to start today and just do low carb. Now, did you do like the keto type stuff, or was it you just started cutting out breads and pastas? And
I tried keto and it was too low for me.
Okay.
It made me have headaches. So then I bumped it up and I do 50 to 60 a day.
Okay.
And I spread that out throughout the day.
Wow. Okay. Do you eat after a certain time? And I know I'm asking a lot of questions, but I know if I don't ask them, they're going to say, why didn't you ask if she did this or did that? So, like, do you cut yourself off, like, after 6 p.m.?
I try not to eat after 7.
After 7. Okay. Now, and Julie had asked this before we started, are you incorporating some exercising with this?
I do. I train 2 to 3 days a week, and then I do at-home cardio and exercising at home every other day that I'm not at the gym. I try to give myself a rest day, but that's very hard.
Right. Very addictive. Yeah. And you've got little kids, too.
I have 2 kids.
Yeah. So, now how long has it taken you to lose this weight? How long is it?
I started in April of last year, so it's been almost 11 months for 92 pounds.
I gotta ask you, do you have cheat days? Like, do you have...
Some days I do Sundays sometimes, and that's very rare.
That's good.
It's very rare.
Well, I'm impressed.
Me too.
It's a mental thing. Like, it's just, I don't know. I had to set my mind to it. If I cheat, I'm afraid that I'll think, oh, well, I can do it again tomorrow. So I try not to.
Right. Well, that's a good mindset, though. I mean, really.
Can I ask you something?
I know. Yeah.
So, because, a lot of our clients, the biggest thing is diet. And, we're not there to fix their food and do all that. So are you preparing the night before? Like, is that the thing, to stay up with the preparation, make sure you know what you're going to have the next day?
Just prepping yourself for what you can eat. It's not as hard as everybody think, as you would think. And I do protein shakes for breakfast because I'm not big on breakfast. But a lot of people, they're swayed and they can't get that they can eat eggs, they can eat bacon, they can eat sausage, just not, I wouldn't do it every day, but you can have that at breakfast. But I do protein shakes in the morning.
Yeah. What if you go out to eat? How do you do that?
If I go out to eat, I order, I'll go to Burger King and they have a low carb, like no bread. I'll say I want I get a Whopper with no bread.
Like they'll put it between lettuce? Is that how they serve that?
Well, they'll put it on a tray with lettuce and tomato and the pickle. Whatever comes on the burger, they'll put it in a tray.
That's awesome.
And Wendy's does it too.
Yeah, see?
Cool. So do you just pull up and order low carb? Is that what you say? Or just say without the bun?
No bun.
No bun, and they know how to do it because they're used to people that are eating that way now. Because there's so many people doing that now. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, so and I'm in awe. Trust me. I'm in awe. This is coming from the woman who had a Krispy Kreme donut for breakfast. I'm envious. Let's not open that wound. Anyway, okay, so like Julie, for example, let's say at your gym, somebody says, you know what, I'm not overweight right now, but I just really feel like I need to get into shape. Or there might be somebody out there that says, you know what, I'm really overweight. I feel really uncomfortable going into a gym. Can you kind of just walk me through a few reasons why it's okay for them to enter into that gym and not feel maybe intimidated or scared, or what they need to do?
Well, I guess, and I've been around the gym a long time, so I understand. And when I do get a client, I'll ask them, like, what took you so long to get here? And a lot of times they say it's body image. They feel like they walk in and everybody, like, the headlights are on them. Everybody's staring at them and, judging them. Right. Honestly, everybody's judging themselves. You know what I mean? They're looking in the mirror at themselves. And we really try not to have many mirrors in the gym. I think we got maybe one wall for the guys.
That's good.
And like back in our Z-Fit room, we don't have any mirrors. We have no idea what we look like when we're working out. So, which is good. But I think it's body image, and we try to make them comfortable. A lot of times people call first, and they'll want to know, what do you have and this and that. We're like, well, come in. We'll take them to the back evaluation room, and we'll talk with them. A lot of times it's, like you said, they don't need to lose weight. They may feel too skinny. They want to tone up, or they may want to put a little muscle on or whatever. They just don't like their body image as it is. So we got to find out what's the problem. Is it, you're not, if they're overweight, is it your diet? So people say, well, put me on a diet. I'm like, I can't put you on a diet. I need to know, what kind of food do you like to start out with? Why are you going out to eat 3 times a day? Like, we need to get to know the person, because everybody's different. Some people stay at home all day and they're with their kids and they're just eating what they eat, or they're depressed, or, they're just not out. Or some work, I do home health. I drive all over. So there's fast food restaurants everywhere. So I have to be prepared, bring my lunch, or know which restaurants I can stop at like that.
Right. Now, for what you do down there, of course, you work with a lot of people too.
Yes.
And you're going to show us a little later on, you and Julie, how to do exercises properly. Because I know there was once upon a time some videos that were set up that Tim had actually showed everyone how to do. And I think technique is very important in that. So what's probably one of the biggest hindrances that you can think of that maybe might keep a woman from coming in, or even a man from just making that decision? Can you think of anything? Or you or Julie, either one, can you think of, or you could even chime in here too, what's that number one hindrance that you think would just stop somebody from making the decision to just be healthy?
I think a lot of it has to do with intimidation of just walking into the gym. The biggest problem is people, feel like they're going to be judged, or, things like that. And I think that when they stop, think about it, decide that that's what they want to do, then, the hardest step is just making that effort to get there. Once we can get people to the gym, then we can figure out.
And they realize there's other people that are just like them. Everybody has that feeling. Everybody's nervous or whatever. And, we work out at a gym, but we also do stuff at home. And you don't have to come to a gym. There's tons of home programs you can do. You can go to the park and walk. But a gym, it's kind of like you get there because everybody else is there for the same purpose. So you want to hang around people that have the same goals as you. So don't wait on your friend to, okay, we're going to join the gym in a week. And then another week later, well, they can't go. So just go. And you'll find people there that have the same goals as you. And then you'll build those relationships. There's times I don't want to go at 5 a.m. and she'll text me that night before. I'm like, but I know she's going to be there, and I'm going to meet her there. And there's, I know, 5 a.m.
I've got to know. Is that really necessary?
Okay.
I know people are
Let me tell you Rebecca Blair's daily schedule. Okay. She has 4 kids. She works a full-time job. She trains in the morning and she trains at night. And she's going to school full-time.
Wow.
So if she didn't go at 5 a.m., she couldn't go. There's no excuses in this girl's book. I'm sorry. She
5 a.m. Now, is that when you train other people, or is that when you work out?
She takes an hour for herself.
That's the hour for myself.
For yourself at 5 a.m.
Yes.
Man.
And she has a full college schedule, 4 kids, full-time job. And I'd say her gym schedule is about full-time, too.
Yeah.
We really don't know how she does it, and she eats good and she looks good. So, everybody can make an excuse. We all got 24 hours in a day, and everybody has a busy schedule, but everybody can stand in front of the TV and march for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? It's you don't have to go somewhere to do it. And we'll show you some things you can do at home too, but it's really just about
watching the news.
It's really just about owning it. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Finding the time.
And the thing about going to the gym is it holds you accountable. You have to get up, you have to make the commitment, and then you have somewhere to go. And then you have us who encourage you to do better. So accountability plays a big part in that as well.
Right. So you think it's probably better if you walk in, and if you're starting out, it probably is better if you work with a trainer, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah. I have a couple new clients now that they called and they said, I'm going to come, I'll train with you, but I've had this bad shoulder for 2 years. I've really not done anything. And they come in and they're just, and I'm a physical therapist assistant too, so I work a lot with therapy. And they'll come in, and okay, we'll assess them, we'll look at their mobility and stuff. And after 2 times, they're moving like nothing. They're like, I have not moved for 2 years, and I feel better than ever just starting exercise. Like they've been kind of neglecting their body, thought they couldn't do anything, but when you have a trainer that shows you what you can do, you're like, well, I didn't. They're just afraid. They're afraid they're going to hurt themselves, and they possibly could if they didn't have us to kind of start it.
And when you meet with a trainer, you know, you get to learn how to use the equipment, right? You know, and then if you do have, you know, physical ailments like Julie was talking about, it gives us the opportunity to be able to modify the exercises so you can do them, which is important because you want to be able to come to the gym and know that you can, you know, complete a workout. So it gives us the opportunity to be able to do that.
It's like if you had a bad knee or something, then you can kind of help. Okay. And you were going to say something earlier.
Oh, I was just going to say I had never stepped in a gym before. Like I had never been to a gym, and I go to a trainer still. I'm almost at my year mark, and I am going to continue to train because I'm not comfortable enough to go by myself.
Yeah.
Now, you said you did cardio at home. If you don't ask, kind of what do you do when you're at home?
Well, my trainer does a booty class on Saturdays, and I use a lot of the things we do in there. And then I just YouTube some stuff, and I do some dance. Add some dance in there, and I run too, which has been cold, and I don't run in the cold because I'm a wimp, but I do run in the warmer months.
Clearly, until you stepped into the volunteer times area today, my heater caught on fire this morning. Thank you, Al. Anyway, so we're if you can see our breath flying through the air, it's probably because it feels like it's 30 degrees in here. I don't know how cold it is right now, but anyway, but we're all bundled up. So, okay, so when it comes to technique, a lot of people do things right and wrong, clearly. And so we're going to, if you all don't mind, we're going to let you all kind of demonstrate maybe some ways to do it right and some ways to do it wrong. So some of you are at home, you said that you've got some little barbells and things, and they pulled up YouTube videos, but they don't really know how to get creative with it and how you can work multiple parts of your body with just maybe some simple 10, 15-pound weights, and how much weight should you use? I mean, maybe you can use more. So I'm going to actually jump up, and I'm going to kind of spin the camera a little bit, and we're going to let Julie and Rebecca kind of go over some techniques and ways to do it wrong and then ways to do it right, I think.
Okay, so Kelly Jo wanted us to show you guys the little benefits of having a personal trainer. So we're going to just kind of show you what we sometimes find with our clients that come in for the first time that they're doing wrong or that they need help with. So probably the number one exercise that people do wrong is just a normal squat. There's tons of ways you can do squats. You can do it just pure body weight. You can put weight on your back, on the front, holding dumbbells at your side. But the first thing is the basic foundation of the squat. So what people normally do when they first come in to squat, show them how you do a basic squat. So what they do wrong is usually they come in and they're doing more of a knee bend. So we got to try to get them away from that knee bend, take the pressure off the front of their knees. So we're going to teach them how to lean back with their hips. So you're going to start with the hips and then sit back. And a good way to do that is to start with like a box. Teach them to kind of just like they're going to sit down in a chair. So you're going to put your hips back, sit, and stand. So that's a good start. Go ahead and do about 3. She's got her knees behind her toes. Her hips are driving back first. And then later on she can advance to, she can hold dumbbells up here or at the side, give it a little bit of added weight. Same thing. She's not going to change her form. She's thinking of pressing her knees out, not in. A lot of people will do a little bit of a knock knee. Okay? The next exercise people usually do wrong is a lunge. They'll come in and say that they can't lunge because their knees hurt. So I will say, okay, show me how you do your lunge. And this is what they normally do. They take their knee and they bring it way over their toe, putting all that stress on their patellar tendon out. So we're going to show them how to do it. You want your knee, make sure that it's over your ankle, and you can see your toes. So you can get next to me. So you're going to take it down. Your opposite leg is going straight down to the ground, and this is staying behind your toe. So you can do a stationary lunge. You can step back. You can do an alternating forward lunge. Same thing, she's always staying upright, keeping her knee behind her toe. She can start here and do a reverse lunge. Start up here. A reverse, like go backwards. So step back, same thing. Knee's always going to be behind the toe. She's driving with her hips. So for upper body, we see a lot of problems with our push-ups. So they'll come in and I'll say, okay, show me how you would do a basic push-up. This is how they usually do it wrong. They They usually tape their head and they're trying to drive forward and they're putting a lot of pressure on their shoulders and they're kind of dipping in here. So we'll usually start with a knee push-up, and you want to tell them to bring their shoulders through their hands. So they're going down, staying tight. Good. So she's got working the pecs, she's tightening her core. Doing good. You can advance to just on your toes. Same thing, stay tight, don't dip forward. And she's driving right through here, so hands are at armpit level. Good. What was the other one? Kickbacks. Yeah, and then Kelly Jo wanted us to show you just general kickbacks for the tricep. A lot of people come in and just be swinging like this. You want to make sure that you really isolate the muscle group in the tricep. So elbows up. You're going to kick back, keep these high. So she's working her tricep. And then we're just here to technique, to cue you, to make sure you're doing it right. Good job. Make sure you got a good foundation. And that's most of the benefits of having a trainer. Thank you.
Okay, guys, so there you have it. You got to see Rebecca and Julie going through some of the do's and do nots when it comes to working out. Of course, you heard from Tiffany how she's actually been able to lose almost 100 pounds. She's just that close, so she's going to do it. We know she is. And just really just some of these simple things that kind of bring it all together and just help make you a better you and a healthier you. So it's really just these small things that you do really every day and just make those decisions. Yep. So in my case, I just have to stop cooking.
So when are you coming?
Literally, and this, I'll confess sins because I know I'm not alone. When I had lost that 47 pounds, I was like, oh my gosh, I could conquer the world.
Yeah.
And I gained every bit of it right back because I stopped doing what I was doing. Yep. And when I took students back into my home, I have to cook for them. Well, I've got a kid that loves pasta. Well, what are you going to do? You cook pasta. Well, then you got pasta.
Meals. Yeah.
And now it's like there's a whole bowl of
too.
pasta and you can't throw it away. There's
pancakes for
starving
breakfast.
Starving children in Africa. So you eat the pasta.
But at least you know you've done it. And it's achievable. You can do it again.
Yes.
Like, and it's, just because you gain that back, it's okay. You
and people have, lifestyle changes. I do work 2 full-time jobs, which has got to stop. I'm half nuts. So, when I'm up at 2 a.m. to even keep myself awake, I'll find myself, I'm munching to try to stay awake because I get my best work done between 10 at night and 2 a.m. That's my golden window. All my productivity's through the roof between those hours. So, I'm going to have to start modifying things. I'm 50. It don't fall off like it used to. Before you could, if you had to drop 5 pounds in a week, you could. And now, if you had to drop 5 pounds,
and that's what we do. We'll have them come in, and I'll say, okay, you want to be put on a diet or whatever. Well, give us for 1 week, do what you normally do. Don't change anything. Write it down what time you ate it, what you did, what you felt like after you ate it. You went to McDonald's and had a Big Mac. I'm sure you weren't feeling great. So let yourself know how you felt. Write it down. Well, I was burping. I was gassy. Whatever,
Right.
So then we're going to go through that for a week. Okay, well, and you're not going to, some people can't start gun-ho like that. And just, so you're like, okay, well, let's take out your Cokes. You drink 3 a day. Let's drink 2. Next week, let's drink 1. And some people have to do it in steps like that. And that's fine because it didn't come on overnight. It's going to take a while to come off. And you need to psychologically change your way of thinking. So it's not, I'm just going to go on a diet. And some people can. I mean, I wish I could, but I have to set goals and I have to prepare myself and get mad at myself or whatever. And then,
you have to have the mental mindset that you're going to make it a lifestyle change. It just cannot be a diet, and it takes 21 days to make a habit, good or bad. So when you can start making healthier choices and continue it for 21 days, you'll be on the right track.
Get in the zone.
Good. A lot of times women feel that it's selfish to focus on themselves, and that was a big thing for me. So I started just focusing more on me.
And now you're here better for your kids. You can play with them, you can be active with them, and show them good, you're a good role model for them.
And be around them a lot longer.
My little boy, he had some Tic Tacs or something, and he said, Mom, here, you can have one of these. It only has 1 carb in it.
Rebecca gets a lot of moms that bring their kids to the class, and they're doing their burpees, and they are just so proud of themselves. They come in like, Miss Julie, watch. And they're push up, and you'll see them out. And it's you got to start them young. You don't force them, but you bring them, and they see that you're doing it, and it's fun. They're gonna want to do it.
My little boy works out. He trains with me.
See, that's perfect.
That's wonderful.
Leg lifts are his favorite thing.
Yeah. And that kids love burpees. I don't, the parents don't, but kids love them. Like, come on, Mom. So they don't have as far down to go. So.
Well, that's true, too.
That's true.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming today and just sharing this with everybody. And I think it's going to be a huge help. And again, I apologize that it's kind of chilly in here, but we'll get that working for next time. But we really do appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.